So, Richard, this is our shower valve here. And as you can see...
Wow, you weren't kidding.
Yes.
Look at this, jumping out of the wall. All right, well, what you've got here is a single lever shower valve. And that means there's a hot and a cold pipe that run inside the wall into this valve. And if this valve is moving this much, those pipes are moving, and that's not good. A couple things can happen. One is when you shut this valve off, the pipes can bang.
Yeah, we've heard that.
Okay? The other thing is if they're moving that much, the pipes could break sooner or later, and that's not good at all. Look at this. There's got to be water getting down inside that wall. Right? So for us, it's going to start by pulling this plate off. I like to use a rag to make sure nothing drops down the drain. I'm going to start by pulling this handle off. There's an index with a Phillips screw behind it. I just want to turn that counterclockwise. Okay. Now there are two screws that hold this plate on. Now we get the second one. Now the plate comes straight out. And now this plate. Two more screws. Okay, let's see if that'll come out for us. Good. So there's our valve. Now the reason that this opening is so large is that this is not the original shower valve. At one point there was a 3-valve in here, which means there was a hot handle, a cold handle, and the middle handle was the diverter that decided if the water went down to the spout or up to the shower head. Somebody at some point changed it to this single lever valve. And when they did, they should have put in some blocking, some wood that went between these two studs. And once the blocking was in place, they could clip those two pipes to the blocking. That would leave the valve way back and tight so it doesn't come back and forth.
So what do we do to fix it?
Well, we could try to drive some wood wedges right down inside here to hold that valve back, but there's always a chance when you do that that the wedges could drop down into the wall because I can't really get any clips. And it's also difficult to get the wood back in there. And I don't really want to open up this tile anymore. So what's behind this wall?
Let me show you the closet. It's right through here. This is it.
Perfect. Great. This is right behind our shower valve right here with the two pipes. So we could actually open up this wall and get full access to the back side of this and secure it properly, but it means we have to open up the wall. Is that right?
That's okay, but are you going to cover it back up?
Oh yeah, we got just the right thing for that.
Okay.
All right, because we have access, I can actually drill a couple of pilot holes from this side. All right, we've got our marks where our hole is going to be cut. And normally I would have to patch this after the fact, but because we're in a closet, we can actually use this, an access panel. It's spring-loaded. We'll cover a hole up to 15 by 15. When it's done, it'll look like this. Is that okay?
Perfect.
All right. And now we're going to cut it with a keyhole saw. Keyhole should be running right down the inside of those studs. Now the other side. All right, I want a nice straight line at the bottom of the panel. So I just marked that. Same at the top. Back to keyhole. Now the reason I like using a keyhole saw is that I'm working around pipes or wires. I can actually feel it if I touch that pipe. If I had a reciprocating saw, a power one, I'd worry about cutting those pipes. Okay. There it is. And now we got some room to work. Now here's a piece of the blocking that I would like to get in between those studs so that I can clip the 3 pipes to it. But I really can't fit that in there. So what I've done is taken another piece of it and cut each of the corners off. Now that'll allow me to get it up inside there and then into position and tip it into place. Now I just need to secure it. Heather, I'm going to screw that blocking into the studs and just hold back on it right there.
Okay.
Good. Now I'm just going to toenail the corner. Now you notice that I pre-drilled this blocking so it doesn't split. Now with these copper clips, we'll just secure the pipe to the blocking. All right, Heather, let's put that access panel back into place.
All right.
Let's get a little spring clip at the bottom.
Okay.
Catch it, and then push it down just enough, and then I come back up. Hey, what do you think?
All right, great.
Now it's time to reassemble the valve. It starts with this plate. I've applied a little caulking to the back side of the plate for a watertight seal. Okay. Good. Now for the valve plate, I want to be sure no water gets behind it. So I like to put a little plumber's putty right around the top part of it. And that'll all squeeze out. And now the handle. Cover it with the index, and then clean up the putty. All right, guys, give it a try.
All right.
You can give it a pull. Go ahead.
Oh, that's really in there.
Not bad, huh?
It's like magic, Richard.